Alright, a little something different today. I was at a show recently, an engine show, and one of our friends there had this lantern, and I mentioned, I used to work in a shipyard years and years ago when I was a kid, and on the battleships and aircraft carriers, these were hanging all over the place on the walls. So this is a military light, and he said, "You want it?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll take it." And what I want to do with it, like I say, it's 12 volts, and I wanted to change it over. It looks pretty ratty, but it's actually in pretty good shape. These things are made of fiberglass, and they're also waterproof and stuff. This one isn't waterproof right now because it's missing a bracket that was held on the wall, but I'm not going to use that anyway. Matter of fact, we're going to modify it back here. But anyway, what I wanted to do was change this bulb. This is just a regular 12 volt sealed beam, and doesn't even look original. The original ones I think were crystal clear, and they were spotlights. But anyway, I wanted to change the bulb, put an LED bulb in here, and modify the back of it so it would take one of my 19 volt screw gun batteries here, 19.2 volts. I got about a dozen of these guns laying around, and I use these batteries all the time. I got the charger, and this way, you could just pop this off, or just pop a battery on the back of this and use it, and it'll probably be 10 times brighter than what it is now. So that's my game plan. Let's take this apart and see what's on the inside there. And like I say, I got about a dozen of these guns, and I was thinking of just cutting the bottom half off and mating it to the back of this so you could just pop this in the back. So let me throw you up on a tripod there, and we'll open this up and see how difficult that's going to be. Alright, let's open it up here. It should just be these 4 screws, brass screws. Like I say, I remember these being in battleships and stuff, so these are well made. I remember them being all yellow though, so maybe the Army used them or something. Like I say, it's military, so it could be from anything. Alright, this is what the inside looks like. These light bulbs are made so when you put it in, they got little spring-loaded darts sticking out there. It's odd. Whoever put this bulb in, there's a little titty on the bulb, and it's supposed to go, I don't know if you can see it in there, but there's a little notch. So this thing is actually turned the wrong way. It's not even sitting flush. Okay. So let me get a battery. You know what? Here's the bulb I just got in the mail, and this is what we want to put in there. That's interesting. I was expecting plastic, but this is actually glass. Interesting. But anyway, this is a LED, and that's what you want to put in there. So this is actually they say it'll work on 12 to 24 volts, which is interesting. And this is just 12 volt, so this should work with my batteries. But let me get one of the batteries up here, and we'll try it out. I'll be right back. Alright, I got a 12 volt battery here. I think it's got about 13 volts in it right now, or at least 12 and a half, and we'll see what this looks like. Actually, it doesn't matter which end you put on here. Okay, so there you go. I don't know, it's kind of a dull light. Like I say, it's supposed to be a spotlight in here, but this here isn't. So that's what we're taking out, and this is what we want to put in. This here's my battery for my drill. And like I say, this is supposed to be good for. Whoa, let's see what's going on here. Look at that. Road King had to, he was putting this to this. That's not good. There we go. That's better. Is that right? This should be pretty bright. Wow. Okay. And that's what we want to put in there. So I don't know what you guys think, but that's got to be 5-10 times brighter. All right. So that's our game plan. Let me see if I can put these side by side. Matter of fact, one's a yellowish beam and the other one's bright. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, I grabbed one of my older, cruddier looking guns. Like I say, I got about 12 of these. And they're good guns. They treated me well over the years. But anyway, yeah, this one here is, I don't even know where I got this. I know it's not mine because it's so ratty. You know, and the handle's peeling off and stuff like that. And I think you put a battery in this. It works, but I think it's going to smoke, so you might see some smoke. There you go. You see it? It just died, just like that. So it even smells. Okay. Wow. So this will be ideal. Still got a lot of good parts in it, you know, like the trigger and all the mechanisms, and this is good. So I use it for a parts gun. But oh, there it goes. Look at it. So I don't know what the problem is, but we're going to cut it off right about here and try and install this to the back of that square box. All right, so let me look it over and see if we're going to have enough room and what else we got to do to it. Ideal, you know, you take something like that and you say, oh, I throw it out. But everything always has a use. Alright. Alright, we got it unscrewed here. Let's see, what would be ideal is if I could cut it right above these screws. That would hold the contacts in there so I could just pop it in and out. So let's see. Oh wow, this thing is dirty. Like I said, this wouldn't have been one of my guns. Somebody must have given this to me, or it might have been a flea market gun or something. But this thing's dirty. I bet you if you took it apart and cleaned it, it would probably work fine. But we're not interested in that. Like I said, I got 12 of these or so. So let me take this out of the way. I don't know what's holding it in here. Something holding it in. Alright. Alright, this is all I need. This little clip. And I don't know if you can see it, but it slips in here, and if we could cut it right above them screws, it would hold everything together, which would be nice. Alright, let's disconnect that, and then we'll go from there. Alright, yeah, we cleaned this up a little bit. I just wiped it down with lacquer thinner and cleaned all that paint off of there, so it looks pretty good. And we put the bulb in and put it in a notch where it should have been. And pretty good. It's held in with a big gasket. Like I said, this is all waterproof. You got a gasket here, a gasket behind the light, and all these switches and stuff have gaskets on it. So, you know what would be interesting? If this was historical, you know, like this lantern was on the USS New Jersey or something like that. Well, it was a war bombing something, but we'll never know. Could have been on an aircraft carrier, the Saratoga, or the Enterprise or something, who knows. But anyway, okay. Let's look at this now. I put this, I'm just trying to move it up front. This is going to be up against there like that, flush like that. And then this is going to be in the back. And it looks like we're going to have some room. Especially if I put it off to the side here, which is what I plan on doing. So it might work out good. I can still hit this on a sander and take off around the edges there. and our screws will still hold that in place. And this, get this out of your way there, sorry about that. And this, it still snaps into our little gadget there. So that'll work out good. Alright, you know what? I could even leave these little electronic titties in here. I was going to hardwire it because I got the screws here. But when you put this on, and this actually does say USN here, so it was from the Navy. So when we put this in there, that'll make contact like that, and all I have to do is run some wires from here to the two copper things down here, and we should have functioning light. So let me figure out where we can lay that out. Like I said, I'm going to grind that down, and then I'm going to figure out where I have to push that in, and looks like it's going to work out good for us. Alright, go take a break, and I'll dick around with this for a little bit, and then see you when we get back. Alright, yeah, I had a little change of plan here, and I think it'll be better. Let me show you what I did here. I marked out where I was going to cut the hole for this. You know, I was going to stick that in, and it would have protruded. It would have stayed up about a half an inch. It would have got the back here, and that would have been fine. But then, when I was looking on the inside here, and I was playing with these little spring titties here, I noticed this one here was stripped. So not that I couldn't fix that, you know, I could fill that hole and retap it and stuff, that's no problem. But the reason for this is just so you could replace the batteries in this, you know. That's because that's where the batteries used to stay in here, probably 2 6-volts. And then them little spring titties would just hit on this. So you could just take this off and get your batteries and that stuff like that. So we're not going to need that, right? Our battery's going to be on the outside, and this light actually comes with screws to hardwire it. So I'm gonna hardwire that with these two things here, and instead of just getting that hole there and shoving that through there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a hole the exact size here of this, and then this will be flush mounted. It'll cut this big knob out in here, and this fits in there nice. It won't be in the way. I don't think it'll be in the way of the light, and I'll have to just measuring just to find out. But then that'll be flush. It'll be flush to the back there, and it'll look better. And then when you're using a smaller battery, this one here is a bigger battery. But when you use a smaller battery, it won't be sticking out that much, and it won't be as heavy. So, all right, well, that's the plan. And like I say, I'm pretty sure with this on the inside there will still be enough room for that light. So let me make some measurements, and then if that works out for me, then that's what we'll do. We'll cut that big ass hole there and make that flush. It'll almost look factory. Alright, back to the drawing board. Alright, we're back to plan A again. Because if I do that, what I was talking about, then this will be here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you guys see that? There we go. And then if I stick this in from behind, I'm going to run into problems with that hitting. I could take another ½ inch off of this and then hold the top here together with a hose clamp. You know, that would keep our contacts in place. So we could get away with another ½ inch, and you can see where that would be. And it would still hit. But I could, this is pretty thick, this retaining ring. I could notch that out, and that's probably what's going to hit. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick with plan A. We're just going to cut the small hole, and this is going to protrude out the bottom a little bit. And hey, if I decide to do it another way, I am going to hardwire it though. I'm not going to put these spring things in. So yeah, everything's subject to change at a later date. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to go with the small hole and sort of mount that on the outside. So let's cut that. And even if we did decide to change that, that hole wouldn't affect anything. So, alright, back to plan A. Alright, we accomplished what we wanted to. Right now, the only thing holding that in there is friction, but it's on there pretty good. I think I might use construction adhesive to hold it in, because you know, epoxy really doesn't stick to plastic that well. Even though this gray thing is fiberglass, this is still plastic. You know, or silicone. I could use silicone, but I think construction adhesive might be the best bet. But anyway, it doesn't look too bad, and should work. See, that hangs on there nice. Don't look too awkward. You can't even feel it. And whoa, there we go. It's just what we want. So maybe we'll take you for a walk outside when it gets dark. Right now it's light out. So we'll take it outside tonight and see how bright it is. So what do you guys say? Enough of this? Got any other suggestions? Let me know. You know, I'm always open to suggestions. Alright, see you guys tonight. Alright, I think it's a little darker tonight than usual because the moon's not out and a lot of clouds. So, wow, there we go. Wow. Look at that, you see way back into the trees. Boy, this thing really lights up. Let's see what it looks like over there. And the trees are about 200 foot away. On the other side of the fence, I can see them light up. I don't know how well you guys can see them light up. But, wow, this thing really lights up the backyard. This is crazy. Gotta watch out for fox and skunk out here. Raccoons. I even had a river otter out here once. Get deer. I had a deer in my yard once, and I went to open the gate to let him out, and he went and jumped over the fence like it was nothing. Alright, so here we go. We're happy with this. Wow. Alright. See you guys in the next one.